It was December 1st, 2009, and I wasn't going to work that day. And I'm sure you've had times when you woke up and you just decided, I'm not going to work today. Well, this one, I had a good excuse this time. It had been a year since I had a diagnosis. I didn't want to deal with today. I wanted to stay in bed. I wanted to ignore everybody. I didn't want to talk to anybody. And I really didn't want to have to help anybody today because I just wanted to have my very own pity party in my favorite nightgown in my bed. But then I had to go to the bathroom, so I went to the bathroom. And then, my daughter heard me in the bathroom, so she got up. And then I had to help her pick out her clothes for school. And then my son got up and then, got them breakfast and, made sure that their hair was brushed. And I'm sitting I decided I better get ready too. And I'm just going along. And all the time I'm thinking, I am not going to work today. But the thing I hate about not going to work today would be the calling in sick, because you don't want to sound like too happy that you're calling in sick. But then if you sound like you're too sick, then tomorrow when you do go back to work, they're all going to ask you, how are you feeling? So I get in the car and I go to work. I'm at my desk. And I'm a customer service representative. I'm caseworker at the welfare office over on Manor Street. And right before 8:30, and I started at 8:30, but right before 8:30, doesn't a supervisor come over to me and she says, I have a client. I want you to go see the client. And I really wanted to say, but I don't want to see a client. But that's my job. I have to see a client. So I said, okay, I'll go over. So I go over to the booth that she was at and sit down. And to be honest, I could smell some alcohol on her, and I could tell this woman was crying. So I asked her, how can I help? And she said, I don't think you can help me. And I said, well, I don't know. Let's try. Tell me what's going on. So she starts off with, my husband was laid off about a month ago, and we weren't offered insurance, so we've lost our health insurance. And I said, okay. And she said, I only work part-time, and you might think I'm a bad mother because I don't have insurance, but I only work part-time. And I'm saying, well, that's okay. And then she tells me that her son, who is 15, was out with some friends over the weekend and was in a car accident with his friends. All of the friends are fine, but when they did a CAT scan on her son, they discovered a brain tumor and no insurance. And Hershey Medical said to her, come back when you have insurance. And my heart sank because I knew what this little boy was going to go through. I knew. And one thing I can say, when you work for the state of Pennsylvania, you will become a wealth of mostly useless information. But one thing I know is I know that any child in the state of Pennsylvania that has a health concern can qualify for medical assistance regardless of the parent's income and assets. That means if a child has asthma, they can have medical assistance along with insurance. A child that has leukemia and a child that has a brain tumor can have medical assistance, and I know this. And she said, people told me I should come down to the welfare office, but I don't really understand what you can do. And I said to her, it's okay, and I explained to her about any child that has an ongoing healthcare need can have medical assistance, and we can do this. So we get the application, we fill it out, and I'm saying I'm going to need his birth certificate and a social security number. And she said, I'll go home and get it. And I said, great, you go home and get those two pieces of information. I'll get the case on the system, and we're going to get it wrapped up. So I'm entering the case on the system, and I realized that Matthew turned 16 on December 1st. And I was thinking, well, Matthew, I'm going to tell you this now, buddy. This is the first day of the rest of your life. I can guarantee that. She comes back in the office. She asks to see me. I come back. I bring up the case again, enter in the social security number, enter in that, yes, he is a U.S. citizen, that I have documentation. I run the case. He's eligible. And I said to her, okay, he has medical assistance. And she was shocked. And she was like, thank you so much. And I said, oh, no, thank you. I'm just doing my job. I just want to help, that's all. And she was going, no. And then she said, I think you were sent to me today. And I said, oh, well, thank you. My supervisor thought that I would be a good person to talk to you today. So guess we should thank her. And then I had to be honest. I said to her, no, I think you were sent to me today. And she looked at me and she said, why? And I said, because I wasn't going to come to work today. Because today, last year, exactly 1 year ago, I found out that I have 2 brain tumors. And that was the just first day of the my new life. And she looked at me horrified. She said, oh my goodness, and are you okay? And I said, yeah, I'm okay. I said, I'm blind in this eye. I see nothing because one of the tumors was wrapped around my optic nerve, but I'm still a wealth of useless information. And she grabbed my hands and she said, I am so thankful for your useless information. And then I left her with these parting words. I saw that today's your son's birthday. You know, every 16-year-old boy hopes that his mother is going to bring him home a car on his birthday. And you're bringing him home a medical card on his birthday. I said, might not be funny now, but in 10 years, that's going to be a great story to tell at Thanksgiving. Thank you.